Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson. I'm back again today with another training video for my Easy Trader system with the Super Signal Indicator. Now today's date is August the 14th, and this video will cover the Asian session. The video will be around 30 minutes, as I've already established the fact that I'm doing a lot of Forex pairs and a lot of these futures. And the thing is, I want to show you a lot of examples, and it'll be just a continuation and repeating of the same thing from the very first two videos. So at this point, right where this line is, this is the beginning of the Asian session. This is London, and this is New York session. So the rules and the way that the Super Signal Indicator works is when it goes from blue, TZ is at the top, and then when starting to go down and the 3 at the bottom, bulls and the bears, HA bars, and the timing indicator turn red. That's the candle signal, and soon as this candle closes, you'll get the red arrow here. And this is another one, like when it goes from blue to red, you'll get another signal, be a pop-up box here. The market is closed right now, so once the market opens in about another hour and 15 minutes, then there will be price action, movement, the boxes will start to pop up, audio sounds. So either on this, now wherever you see the candle that has an arrow either above it or below it, rate that candle. As soon as this candle opens, you can trade if you so desire. Stop has to be to the first swing pivot high to the left, which is 13, so 15 pips will cover it. And it did bottom out here with 40 pips. That's not too bad. And please keep in mind, if you're going to do the Asian session, you can trade all the Aussie pairs, all the New Zealand pairs, all the yen pairs, and I believe that's it. There's a lot of pairs. And of course you can do a lot of the futures. The only one you cannot trade will be the DAX 30. As the market closes at 3:45 every day, New York time, and opens 10 hours and 15 minutes later at 2 o'clock in the morning. So you cannot trade DAX at all, period, during the Asian session. But you have plenty of trading opportunities. So you can trade Asian, and you can still keep your day job. And once you're making enough money Asian, rest assured, New York or the London, they're going to move and pay you a lot more. So at that point, you will be able to actually quit your job. So on this next pair, Euro-CAD, the Euro market and the Canadian market is closed during the Asian time frame. So, but all the yen pairs, including this Euro-Yen, is tradable. So, as my mentor told me many years ago, get in front of the computer at 5 p.m. New York time, right where this line is. Put together your daily trade plan. Once you know you want to be buying, as I see price action above the goal line, the candles are above, everything is good. Goal line's going up, going up. So just wait for a price action as close to the goal line as possible. And then yen market opens at 7, right here. So if you took the trade here, not a big deal. And stop will be pretty small. 10 pips definitely will hold. And it did top out there with about 40. So, if you did one standard lot, that would be slightly under $400. So it's still not too bad. Because how many people make $400 on their day job for a few hours work? Another forex pair we can trade, Euro New Zealand. The New Zealand market is open. And look at this nice move on the way down, starting from way back here. So here we go. Put together the daily trade plan. If we're selling, just put a down arrow. You're just waiting for the pullback. Remember, the magic word is pullback. And the golden rule is, if you're an aggressive trader, take the trade on the goal line. Here, 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 or even over here, still good. So let's say we took the trade here. Down to here alone is 50. Down to here is 70. Down to here is 90. But me personally, I would just take the trade, try to grab 20, 40 pips, and do a few trades as I'm in the evening many times. If I really, really want to trade, I can be watching sports and trading at the same time. So I've converted my office into like a TV room, sports room, trading room, as I do have 3 24-inch monitors along with a desktop. Remember, desktops can handle being left on for 12 hours a day, whereas a laptop, well, it's a little bit more sensitive. Plus, I'm not even sure if you can run 3 monitors on a laptop. Maybe you can, but I wouldn't want to be pushing a laptop trying to attach 2 more monitors to it. I know you can run 1. I just never tried to run 2 monitors with it. Moving on to the next pair, Euro dollar market's not even open, but the pound Aussie, the Aussie market, this one is open. So here's the beginning, 5 p.m. New York time, or 1700 hours. If you are using the GCI Financial Platform, you'll notice that these blue boxes and the candle at the right hand edge, it also lines up with the New York or Eastern time zone. So let's say my daily trade plan said to sell. I would put a down arrow here. I would just watch the, if I so desire. You don't have to. You can just sit and wait for an audio sound and a pop-up box. It'll say sell alert, pound Aussie, and the time. And you would get it, well, the market's not open, so this arrow wouldn't be there. But here it is right here. That red candle, it says sell alert. The next candle, wait for a bit of a pullback, either here, here. You can pull the trigger for selling. Stop would be about 20 or so pips, and it did bottom out with 40. That's a pretty good return. Now I know myself, I would just close it because I don't want to sit and worry. Like my main trading day is New York, and once in a while, if I see something looking good, I'll take the trade and try to make some extra pips and ticks. I don't do it that often, but certainly it is tradable. Next one, let's see now. Pound CAD right here. Oh, the market is not even open, neither pound nor the Canadian dollar. Pound Swiss, not exactly sure when the Swiss is, but I think it's around 9 or 9:30. And let's see, got a lot of pairs to go through here, so we'll pass on that and this one. Let's take a run and a check on this pound yen. Now this is a good one. See, the goal line is going down. Remember to always keep an eye on the meter. As here's another very good tip as I'm thinking about it. If you see 20 or less percent, that's a bus driver. 80%, if you look at the one at the top, if anything is 80% or higher up. So let's just think that the pound would be 20 or less, but you don't have to have both bus drivers. If you have one bus driver, you can easily get 50, 70 pips or more. And if you have two bus drivers, especially during London and New York, Asian is the only time you'll see that is if there's high impact news. But one of them, bus driver, you're going to get some pips. Two of them, you're going to get a lot more pips. You can get like 100 to 200 pips. And so remember, the bus driver is 80% or higher up, or 20% or less. That'll be for selling. So keep that in mind. And always look at the meter, because it might draw your attention to something that is tradable. And then just go there and see what's happening. And always remember to wait for a slight pullback, and then you can take the trade. Now a slight pullback is exactly this. From here, close to the goal line. So pull back, take the trade as close to the goal line as possible. That's aggressive, and this is conservative. When this candle here closes, there's no arrow there, so like I said, the market is, and another thing is, maybe I went further back, more than 500 candles. You can change 500 to 1,000, and then you'll start to see more arrows in here. But anyhow, this candle would be conservative, and this is aggressive, which is about 30 pips more in your pocket. So from there, your stop would be 10 pips. Down to here is like 70 pips. So remember, if I see it, I take it. But you won't get the alert until this candle here closes. So you'll be getting in here, and still nothing wrong with almost 50 pips. Doing one standard lot. Well, I know it's not $500, but you know, it might be around 400 and change or something like that. So, pound New Zealand, well, this market is open. So, let's see. Yeah, I just wanted to, while I'm thinking about it again, remember, if your computer, the bigger that you make this number, like this is looking back, bars. If you put 10,000 in here, which I do, sometimes 20,000, sometimes I put in 30,000. If I want to go back a year or two and I want to see these arrows. But if you put it up and load up too many instruments here, your computer will start to slow down a bit. So that's why we just put in only 500, because most people are just trading. Like 500 will go back about, I think it's 9 days or something like that. 9 or 10 days. So you can easily change it if you so desire. So now I'm just going to look for an example, even though that this is okay. Pull back, getting in. Oops, don't want to go there. That's not a good plan. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Oh, I had the auto scroll for some reason. It went back. Okay, so here's the line, 5 p.m. New York time. We are waiting, and our daily trade plan should be saying sell, so there should be a down arrow here to remind me. Remember, I personally you just manually put it in. And of course, once you see a whole bunch of arrows, don't worry about it, because every time it goes from blue to completely all red, you'll get an arrow. Blue, red, arrow. Blue, red, arrow. And the arrow always comes at the close, and then at the next candle. As soon as it starts, you'll get the arrow, pop-up box, alert, and away you go. Aggressively trading, now you're waiting for the pullback. That's the magic word. Take the trade as close to the goal line as possible. Or this is aggressive and this is conservative, which is almost 20 pips more in your pocket. And then of course all the way to the bottom of this blue box is almost 80 pips. And this is over 120 pips. So depending on how long you want to stay up and manage a trade, this time right here is 11 p.m. and this is midnight right here. Like you know, I like to, I made this box, well, that one happens to be at 11. So anywhere between 10 and 11. I don't like to stay up too late because I'm up at 5:30 in the morning right here. So I need so many hours of sleep. So definitely I'm not going to be babysitting a trade. If I'm in the trade over here, hey, if I got 40 or 50 pips, I am good with that. So now we can move on to the futures. Pound dollar, market's not open. Dollar CAD, market's not open. Crude oil, well, this one is open. So here we go. Now one of the things is you'll see many days like this. Market struggling to go down. So if you happen to pull the trigger around here, you're still locking in 60 pips. But if you get a buy signal, this candle here, when it closes, you get the buy signal arrow, audio alert. There's a bit of a pullback there. It's only 13 pips. Not too bad. So anywhere across here, when everything is screaming down at the bottom, pay attention, screaming down at the bottom to buy with the TZ, and I've nicknamed this TZ, short for trigger zones. I've nicknamed it like a magic indicator. You can get in. And then your first target is the goal line. That's 45 pips. Candle closes with 66. That is 82. That is over 100. I don't know about you, but if I can get, 40, 50 pips and or more is always better. But I'm usually doing, I'm always doing 5 or 10 or sometimes even a little bit more than that, 10 to 12 trades at a given time. And this is something that you should learn to master. Trade more than one trade at a time. And the main reason for that is you just never know what is going to move the most. DAX 30 markets, remember I said, close, not tradable. Gold is. So here we go with gold. Isn't this beautiful? 5 p.m. Follow the TZ. If your daily trade plan says to buy, price action's above the gold, put an up arrow. Your buy signal, must have went a little bit back in history a little bit too far, so there's no arrows in here. But you would get an arrow on this candle. You would get an arrow on this candle. So what do I always say? Wait for the pullback, take the trade on the goal line. And between here and there, gold, that's 58 pips, and it did top out with 80. And of course, if you did 80, got 80 pips, I know it went up a lot more. And but 80 times $10, that's a lovely $800 there. And as you can clearly see, once you get to one standard lot, it's not going to take you long before you can quit your day job. Just to let you know, all I did was I went to the indicators, I went to super signal here, and I changed the 500 to 1000. I press OK. All the arrows came in along with the pop-up alert box, and you're going to get a lot of alerts. Remember, markets will be open in just 4:06 right now, so 5 p.m. the market will start to move. So that's your signal candle alert here. Signal candle. So you're going to get in on where the arrow is, like I said, to grab those 80 pips. And of course, then you wait for the pullback. London, get in. New York, wait for the pullback here and here. And of course, you get in. Another 74 pips. Trading is super easy, a lot of fun. And remember, especially with this easy trader along with the super signal, and it's very important to have a daily trade plan. So you've got also, you're going in the direction of some higher time frames. Moving right along, here we go. The Dow, just if I go a little bit forward here, you'll see a goal line slanted up. This 10 moving average is on top. This is the T area. Anytime it comes and hits the 10, if you drop it down to the 5 minutes, and I don't know if I can do that at the moment. Let's see. Remember, you bring this little cursor right here and put it right here, and then you're going to drop it down to the 5 minutes. Had to put on pause. It took me about 30 seconds or so for the 5-minute data, and then I had to go find where the line was. So here's the pullback. As I mentioned, anytime the 15 minutes is not coming close enough to the goal line, quite simple, you know you want to be buying. You'll have the up arrow in here, drop it down to the 5 minutes, and look at this. Things are turning blue down at the bottom. So get in anywhere around here. Stop is 20 pips. Ticks is not too bad, and it looks like it topped out to here with well it's 100 pips. So let's say 100 times $5. If you did one standard lot, that would be $500. The Dow Jones and this 30-year bonds, they only pay like $5. Along with this S&P, $5 a tick. You have to memorize all of this kind of stuff. It took me a while, but after I repeated it 100 times, and now I just happen to know what pays and how much per tick. Okay, NASDAQ, something I really love to trade. Maybe I can do that with this one also. Bring this little cursor. You see it's not close to the goal line. When I see that, when I see the TZ near the bottom and some blue coming in, how hard is it to grab this little cursor right here, put it there, drop it down to the 5 minutes, and as simple as that. Now look how beautiful it is. Very nice looking setup. Goal line's going up, TZ is now going up, your buy signal, well, we got some arrows over here. I don't know why. Because I dropped it down to the 5 minutes. You would have to change this. Maybe I can do it right in front of you. Right here. Click on it. Change it to 1,000. 1, 0, 0, 0. All you got to do is press OK. If you watch over here, you'll see the arrows coming in. So now, remember, if you change within the super signal the properties from the 500, say 10,000 or more, after you change this lookup bars here, this number, you press OK. Then arrows will pop up if you're going back in history, like further back. So on this NASDAQ, right at this point in time, you're just going to wait for the pullback, follow the magic indicator down here at the bottom, and when everything goes from red to blue, 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 and the TZ is going up. Now remember, the very first time everything turns blue, this is what I like to call the setup candle. So this is the setup candle, and as soon as the next candle opens, you'll get the arrow, and you'll get the pop-up box, and the audio sound. So you're going to take the trade, and your stop, well, first swing pivot low, it's about, remember you removed the last 2 digits, so around 20 pips should hold. And to the top of this area here is around 74 pips. Not too bad at all. Another thing I wanted to point out too is, this right here, when I click on it, is real time right now running. Let me move this thing out of the way. So I moved that alert box out of the way. So this is like in real time right now. But what I do many times, I take a snapshot, a screenshot using this, Snip and sketch. Just right click on it, take a new snip. Now I take a screenshot of the daily trade plan EA just prior to my trading. And so let's say this is the screenshot. Let's just say that this is it. Can open this up actually. So, and another very good tip I'm going to tell you. If you're trading any one of these four, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, Russell, and the S&P 500, if one of them you're selling, they all go in the same direction, is what I'm trying to tell you. If you sell one, you can sell all four. If you buy one, you can buy all four. So keep that in mind. Took me many, many years to figure that one out. It's the same as the euro dollar and the pound dollar. If it's going up, you can buy both. If it's going down, you can sell both. Providing that the USD is the driver. But anyhow, that's a very good tip I just gave you. And it's paid off huge profits for me. Because as soon as I do one, you'll notice that the other three are either going up or on this particular day will be going down. So now we can take a look at another trade example on this Russell. And just to remind you, the NASDAQ, for each tick, you will be getting $20. And on the Russell, for each tick, just back this up a little bit, move this little cursor over a little bit. That's if you want to lock in the screen at the same location. So on this particular day, we're selling, qualifies for a great way to trade, the daily trade plan. If it's red, saying look for bearish trades, I pop in this arrow manually. So that just reminds me that any kind of a pullback up, and if it doesn't go close enough to the goal line, remember you can always drop it down to the 5-minute time frame. And of course, I can drop it down to the 5 minutes. You can see that it just barely touched the green 10 moving average here. So, on the 5 minutes, this wick will be much closer to the goal line. So here we go. Here's that wick, and as you can clearly see, much closer to the goal line. So blue candles will mean a pullback if we're selling. So you can take the trade. If you took the trade here or here, well, let's just say you took it here. There's your stop, about 30 pips. And of course, this is aggressive trading. And if you're going to wait for the arrow, then you're going to get in here. So the difference between here and there is it's about 30 pips or so. So wherever aggressively, you'll get more pips. Conservative, you'll get less pips. So wherever you take it between here and there, there's no right or wrong. But the further you get away, well, in this situation, let's say you took the trade here or here, stop will be about 37. Whereas before, if you took it here, it'll be around 20. So it's much better here than over here. So let's say you got in somewhere in the middle. And let's see now. Remember this candle right here. When it goes from blue to all three red. Red, 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 TZ is going down. That's your setup candle. And this is your trigger candle. You're going to take pull the trigger either here or here. And that run down to the bottom down here is about 140 pips. And that's really, really good for, now I wouldn't get all the 140. You know, if I close it out around here with, hey, you know, more than 100 pips, 130 pips, especially for the Asian time frame. That is just fantastic as far as I'm concerned. Put it back on the 15 minutes. But this is what I'm looking for when I come to the computer. Try to trade the markets the first 1 to 3 hours when the market is open. This area. or this area, or this area. You wait for the pullback, take the trade around the goal line, and away it goes, giving you a lot of ticks. Now we can move on to the S&P 500. Looks exactly the same. The goal line is going down. Daily trade plan, if it says to sell, look for bearish trades. I pop in the arrow. And remember, if you want these candles to be closer to the goal line, then just drop it down to the 5 minutes. I'm not going to do that, as I still have at least running a little bit tight for time. So I'm going to wait for the pullback. And if you're going to wait for the arrow, now this is your setup candle. See down at the bottom? All 3 bars are red along with the TZ going down. So this is the setup. Then just wait for the slight pullback. It happens all the time. How many times have you pulled the trigger and then you're down 20, 30 pips? Well, this is the pullback. So why don't you just wait for the pullback? Because if you took the trade right here, there you go. That's 40, 41. So why don't you just wait for the pullback, get in, stop. That's why I love these blue boxes, by the way. Just go straight up, because it'll always hit the high right there. That's your swing pivot high right there, or the high of the box. So if you get in here, just go straight up. That's what I do. If you really want to put in a stop, 30 pips will cover it, and then it just, away it goes, giving you 245. Need a calculator to figure that out. It'll be 10, 11, 12. It'll be around 1,200 and change if you did one standard lot. A little bit of time left. Out of these two, doesn't make any difference. Silver's $50 a tick, but let's go with the 30-year bonds, as this is a better looking trade. Example, goal line is going up, qualifies for a great way to trade. Remember, if you want to see these candles right here closer to the goal line, just drop it down to the 5 minutes. Running short of time again, as don't have enough time to do that. But here's your pullback. Red candles will be the pullback, like here. Red candles, and then continuing up. So once you get the pullback, and you're just going to wait patiently down at the bottom until you get the setup candle, which is right there. It's blue. All 3 bars are blue. TZ is going up. So on the next candle, you can get in here or here. Stop will be at the bottom of the blue box or the swing pivot low. Looks like 20 pips will cover it. And it did top out with, hey, that's almost 100. Let's say you were lucky enough to get 100. One standard lot at $5 a pip. This 30-year bonds is not going to pay a lot. But that move right there, if you did one standard lot, is $500. So it looks like it's time to wrap up this video. And of course, if you have any questions whatsoever, simple. All you got to do is get in contact with me. And remember, the 3 things that you really, really should have is the Easy Trader system, along with the daily trade plan, expert advisor, and of course keep in mind that all the training videos, I go into much more detail how to trade within the MACD trading system. So any questions moving forward, just get in contact with me, and if not, we'll see you in the next video.